as well. They're just unfortunate.
Galway's first appearance of Championship 2011. Questions remain about their ability to mount a serious challenge this season after falling away in the league. On Saturday night in Mullingar, they face a Westmeath side that didn't pick up a single point in Division 2, but did beat Carlow in the preliminary round, helped to no end by some dodgy goalkeeping on behalf of the Carlow netminders. A cool, cloudy night at Cusack Park and a half-decent crowd for this Leinster quarter-final. As expected, Galway, the overwhelming favourites, jumped out to an early lead as points from Cyril Donlan, Damien Hayes and Joe Gantley put the Westerners 3 points ahead. But Westmeath didn't let that early setback unsettle them. They answered with 4 points of their own from Owen Price, Dan Carthy, Brendan Murtagh and Paul Greville, and Westmeath had turned a 3-point deficit into a 1-point lead. But Galway struck back, having missed a great opportunity moments earlier when Damien Hayes spurned a great goal chance. Cyril Donlan showed how it should be done, and Galway were back in front. David Burke and Joe Gantley put over points to extend their advantage before Galway got their second goal of the half as Damien Hayes set up Angus Callanan and the corner forward slammed it to the net. Brendan Murtagh put over a Westmeath free to cut the margin to 6, and that was further reduced to 3 in injury time when Andrew Mitchell's long free appeared to go over everybody's head before bouncing to the roof of the Galway net to leave the score 2-7 to 1-7 at half-time in favour of Galway. It was a good end to the half for Westmeath, but when Galway got their third goal of the evening, it seemed as if John McIntyre's side would pull away as Cyril Donlan got his second goal of the contest. But Westmeath refused to bend the knee and worked on cutting back what was a 6-point margin. Paul Greville then raised the green flag with a cracker to give Westmeath hope, and the gap was back down to 3. Dan Carthy and Brendan Murtagh put over points for Brian Hanley's side before a disputed Westmeath point levelled up the contest. John Shaw's effort was initially ruled out by the umpire, but after consultation with the linesman, referee Anthony Stapleton decided to award the score, and amazingly, the scores were then level. Unfortunately for Westmeath, that was the end of their challenge as Galway pressed the accelerator in the latter stages of the second half. Damien Hayes' point could well have been a goal, and Galway were back in front. Cyril Donlan then got his third goal of the night as Galway eased their way towards the final whistle, and John McIntyre was able to empty his bench in the remaining minutes to ensure his side's passage to the semi-final. Joe Canning came on as a late substitute and knocked over a couple of late points to ensure Galway's somewhat shaky progress to the semi-final and a meeting with Dublin in Tullamore in 2 weeks' time. In Mullingar it finished Galway 4-17, Westmeath 2-14.
I think the happiest people looking at Galway tonight is everybody involved with Dublin hurling, and that's the reality. We didn't frighten anybody tonight. Probably frightened our own supporters a little bit, but the end game is that it's all about winning and getting the result, and we're now in a Leinster semi-final. Today's game is out of the way, and we look forward to what's coming down the tracks, and that's going to be a big challenge against Dublin in a fortnight's time in Tullamore.
We've got to trust your players, and we've trusted them, and they bought into what we're doing, and they've come a long way, and it was their fault in respect to being down there, and we picked it up, and the lads responded, and we're going the right steps, but it's no good leaving that there and not winning the next game. Like that's no good to us. We have to kick on from here now.
Well, based on what Brian says there, in the wake of that great performance from Westmeath, what awaited them in the draw for the hurling preliminary round?